The two teams that met in last year's NBA Finals both had chances Wednesday to move on to this year's conference final.
Yeah, Heat beat the Spurs then, so Miami goes first now. Heat up 3-1 and at home against Brooklyn. LeBron James coming off that 49-point Game 4 performance. It's niet for the Nets if Pierce and Garnett cannot lead them to a win. How about giving a solo to the second fiddle, Dwayne Wade? Solo performance right there. James to Wade, then he beats Kirilenko, and then he spins and he's grinning and knocks down the jumper. Brooklyn was up 7 at the half, but Wade had 20 in the half, ties his most in any half this season. Rest of the team had 22 if you can do the math. Let's go to the fourth quarter. He doesn't have to call me Johnson. Joe Johnson puts Brooklyn up 6, still up 6 with under 5 minutes to go. You can call me Ray. You can call me Jay. Or you can call me Joe. Johnson with 31 points with just under 5 minutes left in the game, and the Nets are up 8, 91-83. Remember the 91. Wade kicking out to James. The Heat was 1 for 16 in the first half from 3. James had 29 points. It's a 5-point game. And then Wade, I'll take 28 on my plate, and it's a 3-point game. 95 seconds left. 91-88, 91. See still. Johnson, contact, no call. James gets the block. On the other end, Johnson called for defending James. Couldn't believe it. Greg Anthony calling the game says, hey, man, you're going to call it one way, you're going to call it the other. All right, Nets up 7-0 run. Johnson misses the 3. Miami rebounds. 35 seconds to play. Ray Allen was 0 for 6 from 3 before he hits that. 8 for 13 in the second half from 3, Miami. Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, we used to be friends. We're not anymore. Under 30 seconds left. Sean Livingston trying to take the height advantage on Wade. Can't get it to go. Miami rebounds, goes to the free throw line. Allen makes 2 free throws. It's a 4-point game. Johnson. Brooklyn. Finally in the net. 34 points, but they went without a point for over 4.5 minutes. James misses the free throw. The Heat went 29 of 31 from the line. That was one of the 2 missed. Maybe the second one. He was 15 of 17. Under 10 seconds. Okay, now here, Pierce loses the ball. Originally given to the Heat. They took a look at it. Listen, it kind of reminded us of the Clippers-Thunder thing. Hey, let's look at it. Hey, we may have missed the call. Okay, let's give it to the Nets anyway. And then this is the Nets' last possession.
Oh, boy.
And good defense by Miami. But really, that play, you don't call that play at the Southington Y.
Chris Paul's watching that saying, you got to get a shot up.
Yeah, you know what? And Cliff Paul is saying, I could have designed a better play. Garnett, you wonder what his future is in Brooklyn. This season did not go the way he expected. Ditto for Pierce. James and Wade continue to celebrate. 2 of the big 3 right there as they combine for 55 in the win, 96-94. Bosch was 16. He had some big shots, but didn't make the highlight. The Heat improved to 9-0 at home in potential series-clinching games in the James, Wade, Bosch era. And the Heat become the first team to make it to 4 straight conference finals since the Pistons made 6 straight.
To be able to, be in a closeout situation on our home floor and under the circumstances that we had to come back, tonight, a lot of emotions. And, it's always been like that for us. It's never easy. It's never easy for us, and it always comes down to, can we get a stop at the end to win? We had to do that.
Sometimes you're in a situation you don't want to be in, especially at home. But you just have to work the game, keep believing, do it one stop and one possession at a time.
Just sensing what we needed, knowing, like I said, knowing LeBron came off of 49, knowing they're going to pay a lot more attention to him, and, I can get my opportunities, early.
It just takes incredible focus just to concentrate one possession at a time. We've proven that we're capable of getting multiple stops in a row. We have that ignite ability, but you have to do it one possession at a time.
Things sometimes have to go perfect when you play against the best team in the NBA. And, we almost put together the perfect game, but we came up short.
Well, we watched the Clippers come undone the night before against Oklahoma City on OKC's home court, and a day later, it's the Nets coming undone on Miami's home court, up 8 with under 5 minutes to play. The Heat outscore the Nets 13-3 in the final 4+ minutes. James and Allen combining for 11 of those 13. The Nets make just 2 of 17 shot attempts in the final 4 minutes of games 4 and 5 combined, and their season is done. Miami moves on.
LeBron James knew that unless he could find a way to cool down the Nets' Joe Johnson, Miami was headed back to Brooklyn for Game 6. When it was over, though, both James and Dwayne Wade reserved their most reverential comments for their longtime arch rivals, Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett, the players who have caused both Miami superstars untold anguish, while also pushing them to deliver excellence.
You know, they bring something out of you. You know, we've had, you know, some unbelievable battles versus these guys. And, you know, I think, you know, we can credit them for the team that we are today.
They helped me become the personal player I am today. They helped, like you said, our team become the team we are today because they challenge you in so many facets. Even as weird as it is seeing them in black and white, you know, you still see green on them. You know, and those guys just have a championship DNA, and to be able to compete against those guys in a series is the ultimate for a competitor.
To hear both Miami stars speak with such respect about their most bitter rivals, you almost felt yourself traveling back to the 90s, hearing Jordan talk about what it was like to overcome those bad boy Pistons, or even before that, in hearing Isaiah Thomas describe what it was like to finally subdue those great Boston teams. The Heat move on, but it sounds as if James and Wade don't think they've seen the last of Pierce and Garnett. In Miami, Mark Schwartz, ESPN.
All right, so Pacers, Wizards, who's it going to be? The Miami's waiting. The Heat split the regular season series with both of them, but it's defense far more effective against Indiana, probably because they get a little more up when they're facing Indiana. The Heat allowed the Pacers to score under 89 points per game, gave up nearly 103 per game against the Wizards.